So imagine this. You found a game that has some really cool animations, however, you can't play the game yet, because it's not out. So after a year later, the game is now out, and you can play it. And it turns out that this game is really fun. Sometimes you play this game for about 5 minutes today, and then another day you play this game for an hour or two. Probably even more than an hour or two. Maybe even 5. That's my story. Is it sad? I'll leave that up to you. Zenless Zone Zero is an action game where you play as a team of 3 and fight through a bunch of baddies to get currencies, rewards, and all that. And then you use those currencies to pull for another character. And then if you don't get that character, you can cry yourself to sleep. Oh yeah, did I mention that this is a gacha game? Well, because it's a gacha game. That may send shivers down your spine, but I'm here to tell you about Zenless. Well, at least what I learned about Zenless. So this isn't technically a guide, but I'll still teach you some things that you may not know. I never made a video like this before because I'm on PlayStation and I use Share Factory, and Share Factory sucks. However, I want to test my limits of my editing skills, and maybe get people to try out Zenless since it's coming on Xbox pretty soon. And hopefully by the time you're seeing this video, the update isn't live already. Before we start, I would like to remind you guys that this is not technically a guide. This is mainly going over what I learned. So if I do get anything wrong in this video, I am very sorry. Also keep in mind, this is a safe place, so any negative comments will be deleted. We are just here to play the game and have fun. Nothing else. Now for some reason, I am craving a Snickers bar, so I'm gonna go to the gas station, grab a Snickers bar, and continue the rest of this video. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, so I recommend you grab some snacks too. Zenless takes place in a city called New Eridu, the last bastion of humanity against a crisis called the Hollows. Due to a buildup of an element called ether, it created these hollows, causing disasters around the world. What's ether, you may ask? Basically cancer. The hollows will either straight up kill you or turn you into a monster called an ethereal. And if that happens, that means I get to kill you legally. You'll get the option to pick between 2 characters, Belle and Wise. Wise is more calm and collected, while Belle says stuff like this, and I hate her for it. So you may be asking, why did I even pick Belle in the first place? Well, I honestly don't really know anymore. Not like that matters in the first place, because you won't be able to play as Belle and Wise in combat. Instead, the sibling you do pick will be the proxy, and the one that you don't pick will be there as moral support. I gotta say, I do like the fact that both of the siblings are present during the story. Unlike Genshin and Honkai, I can actually care about the characters that I'm playing as. Which, by the way, I did play both of those games. Genshin didn't really impress me that much, and Honkai, I probably would have liked it if I gave it more of a chance. But I am willing to give Honkai another chance one of these days. Not Genshin Impact though. Yeah, no, that can stay in the trash. Sorry. Before we move on, can we talk about the cutscenes in this game? Because I really like them. Like, some of them will have these, like, really cartoonish movements. And I know that might bother some people, but personally, it's what got me to play this game in the first place. Not every cutscene's gonna be a winner though. We still have these dialogue scenes and these comic book panels. But when the game buzzes out an animated cutscene, it could be the coolest thing you will ever see. Or it could be the characters just being goofy, which I'm fine with. And then we get cutscenes like this.
Huh? The beasties are running away.
Almost here.
The monster?
The theme song.
What?
The bad guy's theme always plays before the final battle.
Don't worry, Ambi. I've mastered all the rules for a surefire win from the Starlight Knights. Gotta break the rules when fighting bad guys. Take them out in less than 10 seconds with a flying kick. They won't even have time to play their theme song.
Behind you.
So the story of Zenless Zone Zero seems pretty simple at a glance, and I could go into more. For example, the story of your main characters that you're playing as, but I'll be honest with y'all, I don't entirely know. I don't know if I'm missing something or I just wasn't paying attention, but either way, I promise when I stream this game, I'll pay attention to the story more. Plus, I kind of just want to talk about the combat, because I really like the combat in this game. When you start this game, you'll have 3 characters. Ambi, Nicole, and Billy Kid. We'll get into the specialties later, but right now, let's go over their basic controls. First, you have your basic attack. Every character should have these. You have your special attack, which normally sets up your combos. Using the basic attack, you'll gain your EX special. And EX special pretty much makes your special attack hit a little bit harder. You also have your dodge button. But, if you're really cool, you would parry the attack instead by switching to another teammate. Your teammate will then slam into another enemy and follow up with another attack. That's the basics. Let's talk about daze. Every enemy will have a daze meter. When the daze meter is filled, they will be stunned. And then, when you hit them while they are stunned, you can switch to another teammate, causing a chain attack. If you don't want the chain attack to activate, then you can just cancel them when they appear. We also have decibels. Decibels recharge our ultimate. Every character will have their own ultimate meter. These, followed by a cool animation, are big strong attacks that hurt a lot. Every agent will fight in a different way. Some of them will have your basic 5-hit combos. Others will shoot until they die. And the newest agent they're about to add will put 1,000,000 goddamn explosions on your screen. And this is going to be the most unfortunate part of the video. Because if you want to fully understand the combat of this game, you're gonna have to know more characters beyond the starting 3. Now, for part of this section in the video, I want to go over every single character in the most basic way possible. So, get ready, because there's a lot. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Ambi, she's essentially the poster child of this game, and she likes burgers. Billy, who's a robot, but the animations will make you believe that he's made out of rubber. Nicole, who still hasn't paid me back. Nakomata, a cat girl, because of course a game like this will have a character like her. Soldier 11, who you lost your 50-50 to, and you still haven't forgiven her for that. Anton, the best bro that you will never play as. Grace, she likes robots. A lot. Ben, who I just want him to give me a big old bear hug. Coletta, your best stunner until you can get a new one. Jujuan, who asks questions first and shoots later. Wait a minute, that's not fun. Chingy. We like Chingy. That's all you need to know. Lakon, who is just very, very hard to hate, if I'm being honest. Corin, who will rip you apart with a chainsaw and apologize after. Ellen Joe, who literally has my personality in high school. Rena, who will tell you everything's alright when the danger is herself. Seth, he's a goody two-shoes. Jane Doe, who gets shipped with that goody two-shoes. Caesar, because we like tomboys over here. Lighter, the ore farmer. Piper, who looks like a child, but she'll talk to you like she's your grandma. Bernice, who really likes fire. Lucy, she's there, I guess. Sakako, who will eat all the fruit roll-ups in the freaking snack cover, even though you specifically told her not to freaking touch— Mommy, I mean Unagi. Unagi. I meant Unagi, guys. Unagi, God damn it. Hiramasa, a sick boy. Miyabi, who is the coolest and the most busted character in this entire game. Astrid, the only support you will ever need for the rest of the game. Evelyn, whose banner I definitely shouldn't have skipped. Pulchra, Bernice's cat that sounds like a damn seasoning, and who I also almost forgot to make a section for in this video. Whoops. Trigger, more proof that sniper characters are just the freaking coolest. Vivian, your biggest fan. I hope you like having a stalker. Hugo, who won't tell you to grab the officer's gun, but he'll think about telling you to grab the officer's gun. There, those are all the characters. That took way longer than it should have. I did only leave out one character, which was Soldier Zero Ambi, but that's essentially the same character as normal Ambi, so I thought I shouldn't include it. Even though despite the fact that they do play extremely different. Besides, now that I showed you all the characters, I can now talk about what the other characters do beyond the starting 3. Is what I would have said if I didn't have to tell you how to get these characters. You'll get these characters through banners. Basically, you want to get these things called polychromes. You want to get these polychromes so you can buy these master tapes. There are 2 different banners, the standard banner and the limited banners. The standard banner will require normal master tapes, while the limited banner will require encrypted master tapes. The banner is basically a slot machine. While getting an A rank character is pretty hard, getting an S rank character is even harder. However, this game has pity, so if you pull about 90 times, you're guaranteed an S rank character. That does not mean you're guaranteed the one on the banner. Now the standard banner has 6 S rank characters that you could pull. If you don't get the S rank on the limited banner, you'll get one of them. From what I heard, it seems like you get a 50-50 chance to pull for the character on the limited banner. If you fail that 50-50 chance, the next one will guarantee that character. I don't really know if this info is true, but I thought I should bring it up anyways. So, if you're getting that desperate, you can pretty much pay money for that character. You can grind for these polychromes to get the character. However, like I said, these are limited banners, as in you only have a limited time to pull them. So, if you grinded for all that gear, you still didn't get that character, and the banner is about to end, you might be a little bit inclined to fork over some cash. Which is why I'm gonna have to ask you to sit on my lap, because I got a bit of a story to tell you. When this game first came out, the first limited banner was Ellen Jo, a short girl with sleep deprivation. I tried to pull this character even though I didn't really care that much at the time. And I lost my 50-50 and I kind of just moved on. But then I found someone who got her on their first try. And not gonna lie, I got a little bit jealous. And by a little bit jealous, I mean, I felt like I was entitled to Ellen Jo. I felt like I deserved Ellen Jo. So I dropped $50 on this game. And after a completely normal reaction...
I've been waiting.
Yes!
for you,
Yes!
Monster.
I did it! I did it! I did it! I freaking did it! I did it! Ah! I really like this character. So yeah, my reasonings for getting this character was just super petty and unnecessary. However, I would like to say that it kind of worked out, because Ellen Jo did carry me through a lot of the early game stuff. I mean, even though I have Miyabi now, and she can do literally everything Ellen Jo can, but 100 times better. However, they are going to be buffing Ellen Jo in the next update, which I'm really looking forward to, because I actually really like Ellen Jo's character. Because like I said earlier, she has my personality in high school. Being tired all the time. So let me answer a question you probably have. Do you have to spend money on this game? Yes and no. You can grind for the materials you need to pull these characters. Spending money is kind of just a shortcut, and sometimes a last resort. I only spent money on Ellen Jo because I'm petty. I mean, me personally, I got tons of characters through grinding. I got Trigger, who's a pretty nice stunner. I got Caesar, who lets me ignore damage. And, I'll talk about you later. I played enough Borderlands to know that if you really want that powerful character, you're gonna have to work for it. Grinding doesn't work for everyone, and if it doesn't work for you, that's completely understandable. But in my honest opinion, I think you'll be just fine without spending a single cent on this game. Just as long as you have patience. Okay, so now you know how to get these characters. Let's talk about their specialties. A character's specialty is what role they'll have on your team. Anomaly focuses on debuffing the enemy. Attack focuses on damaging the enemy. The support will be the ones buffing your team. Defense will focus on your team's survivability. And the stunners will focus on dazing the enemy. There's one more specialty, but I don't care about that right now. Every agent also has an element. They use these elements to build up Anomaly. Right now, there's ice, fire, ether, physical, and electricity. Every element will debuff the enemy in some sort of way. There's also bang boos for your teams, but honestly, I don't really care about them, and I never have. There's also W engines and disk drives, but you're gonna have to see an actual guide for that. Because even to this day, they still confuse the hell out of me. All I know is that there's a lot of math put into them. And I only fully mastered it with one character. And now... this is the part of the video where I have to expose myself as a loser. A loser who grinds on this game every single day. Let me show you my team. Just so you guys know, I don't actually think I'm a loser. I'm just a man with a lot of time on his hands. Well, at least I used to, ever since I got a job. Sorry, I'm not allowed to say the J word. My fault. Anyways, this is by far my strongest team. First, I have Miyabi, my main damage dealer. She's an anomaly user with Frost Flames, which does the exact same thing as Ice, but it just looks a lot cooler. Accidental pun, my fault. Since Miyabi is a Void Hunter, she gets special treatment, like her own element. It also helps that I managed to get her and her W engine without spending any money. Next, we have Vivian, your stalker. She is also an anomaly agent, but she focuses on Ether. And remember what I said about Ether. Both of these characters have a little something something next to their icons. When Miyabi gets all 6 Frost Flames, she becomes the storm that is approaching. While Vivian focuses on a mechanic called a Bloom. As long as I have 1 stack of a Bloom, any agent that uses an EX special or causes an anomaly it will trigger a bloom. Basically, a flower that does damage, ether damage. And remember what I said about ether. Also, I didn't ask Vivian, but I think she really liked the flowers I got her. However, now we gotta talk about the character that kinda ruined this game. Astrid Yao. Now, when I say kind of ruined, I mean that in both a positive and a negative way. Positive, she's really freaking good. Negative, she's all you need. I was not kidding in her introduction. She is the only support you need right now. Every support in the game supplies you with some type of buff. But Astrid, she applies you with a buff, heals, and quick assist. I didn't mention this before, but the quick assist is in fact a mechanic in this game. Some, mainly supports, can trigger this quick assist. Usually it lets you quickly swap in another character to continue your combo. However, not every character has this ability. Unless Astrid is on your team. Then everyone has this ability. And every time you use a quick assist, your character will get that buff. And also keep in mind that her voice is a weapon. And her element is ether. And remember what I said about ether. And the problem isn't that it's too good. The problem is that it's too easy to use. Literally all you have to do is hold down triangle. And she's already doing a lot for your team than you already know. As long as you're constantly using quick assist. Her being so easy to use and so rewarding makes her viable in literally any team comp. And don't get me wrong, I like Astrid. I like her character. I bought this skin just because my friend Tyler said it looked nice. By the way, thanks Tyler. Yes, I am blaming you for me being in debt. But like, dude, I like team building, dude. I don't want to just use one character. I swear, if this raccoon girl comes out and she is not at least somewhat close to Astrid's level, we're gonna have a freaking problem. And by the way, I'm recording this after the update went live. I am super late and I am very sorry. Unfortunately, I have the thing called a job. I forgot about that, my fault. So yeah, basically my strongest team consists of apply the buff to my characters, then apply 2 different debuffs to the enemy. And the result is catastrophic. This damage is insane. I clear bosses without even realizing I was fighting them. But let's be honest here, a team like this was always going to be busted. I mean, Miyabi is literally the best character in this entire game. And Astrid is the best support in this entire game. I'm not saying you need these 2 characters, however I am saying that they're going to carry you through a lot. Oh, and by the way, the whole W engines and the disk drive thing, yeah, I only mastered it with Miyabi, mainly because I have her signature W engine. I never cared to get a signature W engine, however, I just got lucky with Miyabi. Which, by the way, played a little bit of the new update, and I gotta say, I would hate to have to sit behind Miyabi in a movie theater. And then Vivian, she's just makes this team stronger than it already is. So yeah, as of now, this is my strongest team. Maybe this will get power crept in the future. Maybe I can finally give Astrid Yao a break, but for now, only time will tell. And now, I included a section in this video that I didn't think I'll have to include, but I thought I should give at least some sort of input on this. So, let's talk about the community. So why exactly do I want to talk about the Zenless Zone Zero community? Well, apparently there's been some discourse going around recently. Some say that the community is toxic. Some say that the community is not. Some say that the ships people make with this game are weird. Some say that people goon to this game too much. So here's my humble opinion about the Zenless Zone Zero community. I do not give a damn about any gaming community. And when I say that, I mainly mean I don't really care what they do. As long as I'm having fun playing the game, that is all that matters. And frankly, I do not understand blaming a community for you not wanting to play the game anymore. I mean, I get it. People online, they're freaking weirdos. No one's denying that. But I'd be damned if I let someone online talk me out of playing a game that I actually enjoy. Every community is gonna have its weirdos. Not every community is going to be clean. Take it from me, I played Dead by Daylight. You want to know how toxic that game's community is? I can make an entire video on that game's community. It will be very easy too. But yet, I still play Zenless and Dead by Daylight because I actually think they're fun games. If I don't think the game's fun, then I'll simply just stop playing it. Whether the community is toxic or not, it really doesn't matter to me. Also, if I learned one thing, is that people like to ruin everything they touch. So, please don't let someone else ruin your enjoyment. Please do not hang around people who are actively trying to make you miserable for liking something. That's all I really wanted to say about this game's community. It has its weirdos. Every gaming community is going to have its weirdos. But at the end of the day, it's fine. As long as these weirdos aren't hurting anyone, that is completely fine by me. And hell, I'll even be friends with some of those weirdos. Because at the end of the day, I'm a weirdo too. Alright, let's end this video. Unless you haven't been listening this entire time, you can probably tell I really like this game. Of course, not everything's perfect. It's still a gacha game, so it's gonna have to make money off of you somehow. But like I said, you can probably get whatever you want as long as you're patient. Speaking of that, so yeah, the 2.0 update dropped. They dropped a new character, and well, I mean, I had to flex something. Okay, not gonna lie, I really like the feeling of having things that other people don't. So I spent not a lot, only about $30, and I managed to get her. Which, in retrospect, I didn't need to, because this update is literally littered with polychromes. I couldn't avoid these polychromes even if I tried. Also, I was lucky enough to get not one, but two of her W engines. I am feeling way too lucky right now, and I really don't like it. Okay, so I'm not confident if I can say her real name correctly, so I'm just gonna call her Shifu. So what do I think of Shifu? Well, she's very different. And I appreciate that. Shifu doesn't feel like you're just spamming square and looking for counters. You're actually managing cooldowns and looking for counters. Also, Peng-In-Hu, aka not Po. Until another Rupture character comes along, he's basically useless without Shifu. Also, they changed so much in this update. There's a mini-map now, they switched around a bunch of buttons, I can't fast travel to the right location because they switched around a bunch of buttons. But yeah, good update. I like it. And when Fufu comes along, I'm actually going to listen to my own advice and not spend money on this game and be patient. Because there are so many polychromes, and I could probably get the character easily. Or not. Who cares anyways? I have Pulchra. That's good enough for me. Oh, and by the way, this is the Shifu team I use. I refused to use Astra Jiao, so I replaced her with Pulchra. Because apparently not using Astra Jiao was an option. All my characters in all my video games have to annihilate bosses' health bars. But side note guys, don't be like me. I actually encourage you guys to not spend money on this game. If it really comes to that, if you really want that character, then go ahead, by all means. But like I said, please be smart about it. Also real quick, I do like the looks of the new characters. Even though I mistakenly called the red-haired chick a raccoon girl, she's not. She just has a raccoon on her back for some reason. My mistake. Also, you're telling me that Shifu isn't the Void Hunter, but that goddamn bunny rabbit is? What the hell? But yeah, I would recommend to play Zenless Zone Zero. Just don't blame me for your new gambling addiction. So yeah guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want more commentary videos like this in the future. Once again, sorry I didn't get this out a lot sooner, but there's just a lot of things in my way. If I learned anything playing Zenless, is that I should lock my doors every night, so Vivian doesn't sneak into my house, take pictures of me while I'm sleeping, and sniff my clothes. Like a freaking weirdo. And also keep Grace away from Billy. I have no idea what she has plans for him, but I know it's not pretty. Anyways, that's my big commentary project done. It's now back to gameplay videos. I will be beating Celeste very soon, and after that, we're playing Hollow Knight. Until then, I'll smell you later.